Trade. What is trade? In simple terms, trade is basically an exchange voluntary in nature between two parties in requirement of each other's resources, i.e. goods and services. This system is based purely on the concept of need, having a sort of symbiotic relationship in which both benefit each other. So basically, like if two people have something but they don't have what each other has, they exchange with each other and it benefits both. That's called trade. Types of trade. Types of trade can be divided into six sectors: domestic, wholesale, foreign, retail, export, and import. And entry port trade comes too. So basically, this diagram shows the types of trade which divide into domestic and international, and then wholesale, retail, import, export, and entry port. This diagram shows the different types of trade. Components of trade are very important for a country. In this page, you will see the components of trade which are none other than import and export trade. The components of trade. The components are trade of import and export. The balance of trade in a country is the difference between its import and export. Anti-port trade is important too. The slide explains about the components of trade. Advantages and disadvantages of imports and exports. For importing quality materials, sourcing specialist and cheaper resources to increasing sales and market reach, importing and exporting keeps a business in strong position. Being able to expand the use of other markets provides a safety net as your business no longer has to rely on a single one. However, includes extra packaging, transportation, protection and insurance costs which build up the total cost of items. Exporting isn't doable in the event that a foreign nation prohibits imports. What is trade balance? What is meant by trade balance? The trade balance is the difference between value of goods that a country or another geographic economic area such as the European Union, EU or the Euro area exports and the value of goods that it imports. Picture showing what is trade balance. So basically the imports and exports must be balanced. That's called trade balance. What is trade deficit? A trade deficit occurs when a country imports more than it exports. In other words, when a country buys more than it sells, it has a trade deficit. A trade deficit has advantages and disadvantages. Advantages include ensuring the availability of goods for consumption for the residents of a country to sufficient imports. The disadvantages include pressure on the external payments on the currency of a country. So the advantages are it can benefit people, but the disadvantages are it can provide pressure on the country. This is trade deficit. So we can also learn what is surplus. So for example, deficit is like imports are high and deficit exports are low. But surplus is exports are high and imports are low. This is what is trade deficit. Trade in countries: India, Malaysia, Niger. India, my home country and developing country. The two largest goods traded by India are mineral fuels, refined, unrefined, and gold finished gold, where gold metal. According to IMF, has the world's sixth largest economy. According to the most recent IMF projections, the economy was about $3.8 trillion in the financial period 2020 to 2021 and is predicted to reach 5 trillion by 2027. Even before independence, the government of India maintained semi-autonomous diplomatic relations. Malaysia, developed country. Malaysia's total trade tapered off by 1.6% in March 2023 with the amount of RM3. 7 billion to record a value of RM232. 7 billion as compared to RM236. 5 billion in the same month of preceding year. The net worth of Malaysia is 447 billion nominal, 2023 EST, 1.230 trillion dollars. PPP 2023 EST. Malaysia's most valuable mineral resources are its reserves of petroleum and natural gas, crude oil, refined petroleum, and more naturally, liquefied natural gas together account for a major portion of the country's commodity export earnings. Niger, an underdeveloped country, may have more specialized project products by RCA index. Niger has a higher level of specialization in other oily seeds, 325 radioactive chemicals, 145 gold, 34.6 tan sheep hides, 18.1 and onions, 17.3. The gross domestic product (GDP) of Niger was $13.68 billion in 2020, according to official data from the World Bank. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video.